Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Come Deliverance on hardcore mode. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 6. On the previous episode, Henry was late to a hunting trip with Hans Capon, who told him to come back the next day. So, Henry decided to use that time to go find the missing nightingales. After a long night's rest, Henry finds himself outside Rattay by a little bit, amongst a flock of sheep. This is where we slept a walk to in the middle of the night, so we have to get back to the mill. Fortunately, we could see the castle of Rattay. I'm always a little concerned when I'm too far away to see the castle. See the walls of it. So, we're going to head back and get our horse and get up to see Sir Hans. Mornings in this game are kind of fantastic. Hans isn't going to be up yet, though. He says early in the morning, but he doesn't really mean it. He's too much of a night owl. Oh no, he's actually here this early. Wow.
Sorry, sir. It slipped my mind.
I'm overjoyed. Have you got a horse?
No, sir. Where would someone like me get a horse?
Good point. Unless it was a cart horse, I suppose. Well, you'll just have to trot along behind me like a good dog.
Whatever you say.
Take care now.
And that is what's funny is, like, yeah, we don't technically have a horse, but we have a horse. And Hans is going to be stuck. Oh, well, here's a little bit of that jank that I was talking about. Oh, there he goes. He got out of it. We should probably check. We're a little malnourished. And this is going to go bad soon. You can see how quickly the food goes bad. We just got that the day before, late afternoon. Cooked it in the evening in that woodcutter's camp, and already is going bad. How much is it worth? 14. Okay, we don't want to be overindulgent.
Let's go! Yeah! Hurry up, blacksmith!
Yeah!
Come on, Hans.
Look here, blacksmith. About that business at the alehouse.
Yes, sir.
Hanush was right. I should have behaved differently. More, well, gentlemanly. But that doesn't mean you were in the right. You can't throw a lord out of the tavern in his own town. You understand?
Yes. I was just...
What? Speak up! Don't worry, I won't bite your head off.
It's just that when you said those things in the arena, sir, I was, a little upset.
Ah! I just like to tease greenhorns a little. And you vexed me too. You were insolent to Captain Bernard and they rewarded you with service. Whenever I do anything reckless, even if it's for my honour, Hanush is on my back about it and I get punished. Like now.
I didn't mean to threaten anyone.
Well, it's all water under the bridge. Let's not spoil our hunt. Let us talk of something else. Is this your first time hunting?
This kind? Yes.
I've been hunting since I could walk. If you're not a complete blockhead, you might learn something useful. And if you don't cock it up entirely today, maybe I'll take you again. It's always helpful to have a minion at hand.
As I said, I have hunted before, but it wasn't...
Chasing bunnies with a pitchfork isn't hunting. Observe and learn.
I'll do the best I can, sir.
Listen, I wanted to ask you about scallops.
I don't know if... that is, sir, I don't know if that's a suitable topic of conversation for the hunt.
We're not hunting yet. I'd like to hear about it at last from someone who was actually there.
The Cumans attacked Skallets, and anyone who didn't flee
That's what they all say. I want details.
Is it really necessary, sir?
Arguing with the nobility again, eh? It seems you're a bit of a rebel.
No, not at all, sir. It's just that... well, it's hard for me to talk about.
I see. So I'll have to get you drunk first.
Not sure even that would work.
We'll have to find out, won't we? There's a nice little place just north of here. We'll camp there and you can tell me all about it.
If you wish, sir.
And don't dilly-dally. Let's try and get there before the day's out.
Well, this seems a right bit miserable.
Bring me wine and bacon from the saddlebag.
Ever your minion. That's a hell of a combo, wine and bacon. I like both. I've never had both together, I don't think.
Coming up, sir.
At long last. So, are you enjoying being on the hunt?
I am, although we haven't actually hunted anything yet.
That doesn't matter. Hunting is a diversion. The main thing is to get out of Ratte for a while. Listening to Hanush's lectures all day long would drive anyone mad.
What are we going to hunt?
Humans.
What? Humans? But...
You should see your face! I got you there. We'll see what we can get. But I like to bag a boar. One, at least. And a few hares too, eh? But what about you? Before I couldn't get a word out of you, now your tongue's loosened. So, tell me about Scallops. I heard Sigismund had 100 banners there.
I don't know, sir. I didn't have time to count them. It's not easy for me to talk about, sir. My parents were killed right in front of my eyes.
Couldn't you do anything about it? I mean to say, didn't Radzig put up a defense?
They caught us unprepared. There was no time for anything. I wanted to save my parents, but it's too late.
All right then. I was only asking.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean...
That's all right, Henry. Don't mind me. Sometimes I open my mouth before thinking too. Well, never mind. Anyway, it's too late to go anywhere today. But tomorrow we set off at first light. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So we can wait until dawn, or we can kind of get a head start on increasing our hair count. And the roe deer meat has already gone bad. So if we want any food for tonight, we should go catch some rabbits anyways. But this is wonderful. You will have plenty of chance. There's belladonna all over the place up here, just like there was with the nightingale birds. This is the chance to grab a lot of that and then also shoot a whole bunch of rabbits, which will improve your archery and your hunting skills. We're not supposed to really do any of this until tomorrow with Hans, but we can do a bunch of it tonight and this afternoon if we want to. Because what time is it now? It's almost evening. We could shoot a hare for dinner, that'd be great. And there's valerian everywhere as well. And a few other things. There's some fly agaric around and other pieces, so we'll see if we can't find us a rabbit. I'm hunting wabbits. Like that one. I don't have a horse. It's right next to the... It's right next to the summon horse key. As I was saying, fly agaric. There's some out here. So that's a bunch of hare meat. Oh, and there's another one over here. And that's probably enough for tonight. This is miserable weather. Even as virtual weather, I don't like it. Oh, there's another hare here. Yeah, not a fan. You know, this is something my dad and I were talking about, so I guess I'll just shoot a few more. Obviously, I grew up in a bow hunting family. I think people who know a little bit about me know that. And elk hunting was always my dad's favorite thing. Something you do in the fall, from September 1st to September 31st, or September 30th in the state of Idaho. That was always his bag, but we did plenty of other hunting, of all kinds of deer, bear, you name it, moose, all kinds of stuff. But elk hunting was the primo. And when I was a kid, a day like this, where it's just raining and it's sunk in, that was a typical day in September when I was a kid. And in fact, we had a canvas tent that we would put up that had a metal fixture in the ceiling so that you could safely put a stovepipe in there. And we had a portable wood-burning stove that we'd bring with us. And that tent was just for drying out our clothes. And the way that we hunted elk was we'd hunt in the morning, and on a rainy day like this, you'd come back and your clothes would be soaked and you'd have another change of hunting clothes. And so you'd take a nap and get some food and then put on a pair of dry clothes and head out for the evening hunt. So at the end of every day, you had 2 sets of wet clothes, and you'd have them in that tent drying out. And that was normal. I miss that rabbit again. You little bugger. And so we were talking with some friends of ours, or I was talking to somebody, I can't remember. Oh, no, it was me. I'd met a guy in a bar, and he was a bow hunter, too. And we were talking about how we'd grown up in bow hunting families and things like that. He and I were roughly the same age, and we were talking about how when we were kids, you had a dry out tent like that, and you had wet clothes all the time. Oh, I'm over it both times. But as adults, it's become too dry. I was talking to this guy and he's like, we can't elk hunt anymore. It's too dry. It's too hot and it's too dry. He goes, and we don't have days like that anymore. We used to have days where it would snow actually in September, because usually you're hunting elk in some kind of mountain range. You get above 3,000 or 4,000 feet and you're going to get snow when it gets real cold. So we had plenty of rain. We had plenty of days where we would deal with snow. And you just don't see that anymore. It's super dry. It's super hot in September. And then with the reintroduction of wolves, the elk just don't bugle anymore. And there go some elk asses right there. When I was a kid, I was probably 10 years old. And we went and flew into Moose Creek. It's a 3-day hike out of there, backpacking trip. I think I was about 10. Went with my cousin, my aunt and uncle, and another uncle, my dad's brother, and my dad. And I remember we'd be walking this mountain trail along the top of this ridge, and you'd come around a corner, and there'd be a herd of 100 elk staring at you. God, it was fantastic. Those were the days. And you just don't get that anymore. You can't get that anymore. Hans, camp on. There's the road right there. It's getting dark. losing the last of the light. So it's time to go say goodnight. Hans is already in bed, I'm sure. He's drunk on his wine. His belly's full because of the bacon. Is that an elk right there? It is. Is it? Yes, it is. It's so dark. Oh my god, we missed. Did I shoot under it or over it? Probably under it, huh? What do... Come on. It's like... Oh man, that's hilarious. Let's get the arrow. Red deer venison. Oh, that's okay. Hans, is he crashed out already? Oh yeah, right out here in the open. Not even in a tent. Hans, you silly drunk. So this is the thing with the game, is anytime that you have meat that's stolen, if you cook it right away, then it doesn't get stolen anymore. It's not considered stolen. So you can see it not stolen. So cooked hare meat is worth 14. We'll have some of that before we wander off to bed under a lean-to.
Your lord requires you for the hunt.
Really? Such a renowned hunter needs help?
You wouldn't dare mock your betters now, would you?
No, heaven forbid, your lordship.
If that's the way you want it, peasant, we'll meet back here at noon. Whoever has the most hares wins. Oh, and if you don't have anything to shoot with, there's a crate in the camp with some old hunting equipment. You can help yourself. After all, there's no sport in trouncing some wretch who hasn't a chance in hell.
By all means, Sir Hans.
Ha! You'll soon be laughing on the other side of your grubby face. And now turn your back for a while. I know a few tried and tested spots in these woods, and I don't want you stealing them.
So we've beat Hans at archery, swordplay, fisticuffs, and now we get to beat him at shooting hares. Pretty funny. We're a little overburdened though, so before that happens, we're going to drop some stuff off. Our stats are going to suck for the first 2 hours, but who cares? We're still going to beat Hans. This won't be a problem. When I was a kid, I used to hunt squirrels with my bow before I was old enough to legally hunt the big game. So a lot of hunting for squirrels is like this. Like here we are hunting for rabbits. It would just be sitting in one spot waiting for movement like that. And then a little bit of sneaking up and... Oh, there's a very tiny fly agaric. These are... You don't really want to be in this area hunting these rabbits. Oh. Oh. We have no chance to even draw the bow back right now. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll wait 2 hours. Our stats are back to normal. I've never actually played with this negative perk before, so this is really interesting. It's kind of fun. I really like Somnambulant. Oh, you moved. Right at the last second, you little turd. That's what they do, though. Gained a new level in hunting. Well, let's see what we get for that. We got added strength, and we don't have anything here that we can use it on. Tight grip is going to give us stamina regeneration, will not slow down in combat, even on the weapon backswing. Oh, well, we want that one. For sure. Vitality comes up. I don't care about any of these. Thick-blooded is good, though. Chance of a foe strikes causing you to bleed are reduced. I don't know what the reduction is, whether it's 25% or 30% or something, but I want that. I want to bleed less. Hunting. Antlers. Tusks. We kind of want to save this. You're actually going to need the Tanner one later for a quest that has to do with Fritz and Matthew. And yeah, so we'll save all of those. There's one right there. This reminds me so much of carp fishing too with a bow. I love bow fishing. It's probably the most fun thing that I've ever done with a bow. Other than tournaments. Tournaments were my favorite. Sometimes if you can get lucky, you can find your arrows here. There we are. And if they're not broken, you can get them back. Just like real life. So the first time I played the game, I was playing on normal mode, and I still got lost in this region. Even having the map with the icons and all that stuff, I completely got lost. What I've learned is to just keep my eye on this road. Because where we're at on the map, in case you didn't see, we're in this hunting camp right here. We're quite a ways north. In fact, we fast traveled through and it didn't clear the fog of war. But this is Rattay, this is Neuhof, and there's some horse stables here. This is Talberg, Uschitz is up here, and we're down here in this hunting camp right there. Just want to kind of keep an eye on things. But when you're bow fishing, it's the same thing. You're got polarized glasses on, and then you're just waiting for fish to come by like this. We reached a new thing with bow, a new level with bow. We didn't get a perk out of that though, did we? No. Oh, because it's combat. It'd be under archery. It's a bow right there. Okay. There's a rabbit heading over this way. The hardest thing is just accounting for how Henry's arm naturally sways after he draws back, because that's just not the way my arm operates. My arm doesn't sway like that, but that's, you know, that's 40 years of shooting a bow. I started shooting when I was 7. And I had been begging for a bow and arrow since I was 4. My parents always like to tell that story, how when I was 4 at Christmas time, I told them I wanted a bow, because my parents had been shooting since before I was born. They got into archery together way back in the early 70s, in the late 60s, I guess, because I was born in 71. So they were into archery, and I saw them shooting all the time and going to leagues and going hunting, and that was back in the days when we put on our own shoots. We had our own clubs, we put on our own shoots, and we made our own targets. Like, they didn't have the fancy foam 3D targets that you have now that everybody spends all the money on. We made them out of cardboard. We'd have these big glue parties in our basements. Sounds like a very late 60s, 70s thing to do, right? Everybody sniffing glue. But we'd cut out cardboard, you know. They'd take cardboard, they'd go to grocery stores and stuff and get old cardboard boxes and all the cardboard that those places wanted to throw away. And we would get them for free usually or something like that. And then they would flatten them all out, and you'd make, back then bows weren't that powerful, like this long bow. Even the compound bows weren't that powerful. And so you would glue together, you know, somewhere around like 8 or 10 layers of cardboard, and then put there goes Hans. That's funny. And then you would put a paper target of an animal on it, like a deer or a bear or whatever, and glue that on there. And then you would cut out the extra cardboard so it was shaped just like the paper part. And you'd have a cardboard animal target, and you'd set up 40 of those on stakes and have a shoot. And That's how we did it back then. So from age 4, every Christmas, I wanted a bow, my parents would tell me. I was 5 and I wanted a bow, and I was 6 and I wanted a bow. And I guess when at my 6-year-old Christmas, I opened all my presents and I was really sad. And Mom and Dad were like, wait a minute, we got this kid all these gifts. Why are you sad? And I'm like, well, the only thing I really wanted was a bow. And so the next year, that's what they got me. So I've been shooting a bow and arrow since I was 7, and I have shot every kind of bow that there is to shoot. Longbows, recurves, compounds, and even Olympic-style recurve bows. There was a period of time when my parents were trying to set me up to go to the Olympics. I was shooting Olympic-style 70, 90, and 110 meters every day after school. I had a friend that had a pasture with a target. I had sponsorships, all kinds of stuff, but it ended up being one of those things, this is pre-internet days, long pre-internet days. And my parents just weren't that well off. They ended up not having the money to send me to trials. I remember my mom, she was so sad. She was literally crying because she knew the scores that I could shoot. She's like, you can go to the Olympics, you can win a medal. But my real love was just shooting compound 3D shoots at unmarked yardages. Unmarked yardages was always my thing. There were people who could always shoot better than me. At indoor league, they could shoot a perfect 300 score, and I always struggled to shoot a perfect 300. But outdoors, at unmarked yardages, that was my advantage because I could guess yardages really well. So I remember going to the state tournament when I was 16. I won my age group, of course, as a teenager, as a youth is what they called it at the time. And then I went back, and 17 is the last year you can shoot youth. And I had gotten good enough that year that I would have won every single adult division except the adult open division. And in that, I would have got 3rd place. And it was pretty funny because for a while there, when you're that good, everybody in the region starts to know who you are. And that was my first little touch at being super minor celebrity. It was really weird to go to 3D tournaments and 3D shoots and have complete strangers walk up to me and be like, hey man, I hope you shoot really good today. It's like, who are you? I don't know who you are, but they knew who I was. Oh, you little bastard. Oh, I knew that was going to be over too. Come here, you little rat. And that was going to be under. Yeah, so this thing's really unwieldy, and it doesn't shoot the way that I would shoot a bow and arrow. Oh, I got one right here. But I'm out of arrows. What do I got that I can use? Hunting arrows. Perfect for jackrabbits. So that one's got. I've never seen Hans out here before when I've been doing this. So that was kind of interesting seeing him there. Oh, that was close. Come here, you little turkey. There are a lot of people who get into archery and they pick one particular style of bow to shoot, and then they just shoot that forever. They get into compounds and that's all they shoot. Or they get into recurves, or they get into longbows and that's all they ever shoot. It's very tribal. It's always been very tribal. And I've never really cared about that. Because the way my mom taught me was good form is good form, and if you have good form, you can shoot any bow. And I always just enjoyed shooting everything. So shooting a longbow was fun. Shooting a recurve was really fun. I have a couple of recurves downstairs. I have a takedown recurve. it's just so much fun just to shoot. So I've never really understood the tribalism. But when I shoot a longbow in real life, typically what I do is I'm pre-aiming, and then I'm going to draw back, and there's not going to be this sway. Like, it's going to draw back, and it's not going to do this bit here. It's just going to be right on the target because I'm pre-aiming. I know where I want the bow to go. And some people will anchor in such a way that they're looking down the arrow shaft. But I don't do that. This is actually really close to how my own anchor point is. Mine is a little more inward, so there's not so much this angle from right to left with the arrow. But I just anchor under my chin, and I do what's called instinctive shooting. I don't use the riser of the bow. I don't use the tip of the arrow. I just know from many, many hours of shooting where the arrow is going to go. And so I just raise the bow up, point it in the direction I want to go, and it hits where I want it to hit, because it's the 10,000 hour thing, you know. It's the 10,000 shots. I mean, when you've been shooting since you were 7, you just learn. You can pick up a bow really fast and be like, what's the trajectory on this thing? How's it feel? What's the drop for the arrow? What's the velocity like? We used to shoot things through a chronometer to measure feet per second that an arrow would travel, because we were trying to, you know, for tournaments, we were trying to get them to travel really fast as possible within the rules, so there'd be less drop, all that kind of jazz. All the tweaking we used to do with our bows to try to get them to be as fast as possible. Oh, there's a rabbit way up. Oh, we're way overloaded. Well, we'll get to you, buddy. Just keep going back and forth. Carp fishing, though, as I was saying, that's my favorite thing. Man, that's just a friggin' blast. You've got a string on the arrow, and you shoot the fish, and it takes off, and got to reel it in. And if you get carp at the right time of year, early in the summer, they'll fight really hard. And they're a big fish, so they've got a lot to tug on. And it's a delicacy for certain Asian people. So one of the things that was really funny is we were carp fishing in a pond, pretty good sized pond, kind of a recreational area. And there was an Asian woman and her little kid there. I think she had 2 kids. And she was just fishing with a pole, fishing for whatever. But she saw us carp fishing, and when we shot a big one and brought it in, and it was like a 18-pound carp or whatever, she came over to us and she's like, "Can I have that?" Because she saw us just throwing them back in the water. Because it's a trash fish for us, you know. And the fishing game they don't mind you just taking them out of the river. But we usually just shoot them and throw them back. And she's like, "Can I have that?" It's like, hell yes. So she got a delicacy for free, and we got to give a carp away. Oh my gosh, there's another rabbit coming. How much time do we have? It's almost noon. This will probably be our last rabbit here. Oh, you moved. I knew you were gonna. Okay, Peter Cottontail, try it again. Yeah, so this sway that his arm does. Just so you know, if you've played this game and you've been like, man, archery feels really frustrating and it's really aggravating, just know that's not real life at all. Or at least it's not real life for me. But I remember what it was like to shoot for the first time. And also, my mom owned an archery pro shop. And that's where I spent a lot of my youth after school, was fletching arrows and recabling people's bows and helping with customer service. And her and I taught a lot of people to shoot. And I remember what it's like for beginners to have to try to hold a bow steady for the first time, because you don't have the developed back muscles. You're not used to using your muscles that way. And that's the biggest problem for people when they're shooting a bow for the first time, is they're using a set of muscles in a way that they've never used them before. But it doesn't take long to become fairly steady with it. And then, of course, when you become a tournament shooter, you know, you're fairly rock solid. And now you're talking about the difference in millimeters. Is it an X or not? You know, is it in the center or not? That's if it's in the center. If it's not in the center, it's on the line. How much did you miss the line by? 2 millimeters, that kind of thing, you know. Well, Hans isn't here yet, but he's going to be here shortly. So we'll just wait until he gets back. And yep, we're done competing with him. So now we just have to wait till he gets back, and we will score our number of hair meats versus his. These ones are bad. That's okay. We'll get rid of those. But we have 183 and 107 good ones, so that's a chunk. Here comes Mr. Hans, cape on now, and there's another rabbit right there. We could shoot that one, but the tournament time is over.
How did the hunt go for you, sir? I did quite well. Look.
Why do you ask? You were right on my arse the whole time. Not bad, though. Quite good, actually. For a common blacksmith's boy.
Shouldn't there be some reward for the victor?
Jesus, the insolence. A serf asking his lord for coin. But never let it be said I'm a pinch purse. Very well, then.
Your serf humbly thanks you, my lord.
And now come along. Let's go and hunt some real game.
So now he wants to go boar hunting, and that's totally fine. I will, but first I gotta get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
So Hans, where are you going? Where is he? Oh my god, he's really taken off, isn't he? Okay. We gotta catch him. There he is. Holy cow, I think we blow this quest if we don't catch up to him, so it's a good thing we figured out where he was at. Me wanting to go drop everything in the chest so I'm not overloaded, and Hans is just like taking off, not waiting for us.
See here, a wallow. And it's been freshly rooted. There'll be boar somewhere nearby. So, just like last time, slow and quiet, whatever you do. Understand? Or watch out for them from the top of that mound there. Why are you creeping round like a footpad?
Because you are?
You want to take him down with an arrow?
Certainly. Why wouldn't I?
You won't kill him like that. Boar is hunted with spears.
Is that so? So now all of a sudden you're a master huntsman, are you? Watch and learn. Did you see that? Damn, I'm good. Quiet. So, next time you try to tell me I can't kill a boar with an arrow, you can... Fuck! After him! Fetch! Mount up, Henry. We're going to chase down that swine! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
You certainly can kill a boar with an arrow. You just have to hit them in the vitals. This is where it can get complicated. So we want to make a save here. Then we want to go in this direction. And this is going to be... That's north. That's east. So we want to go north, northwest. Is the direction we actually want to go in. And there's a trail here and a wandering wayfarer. And mostly you just want to keep this northwest, but if you do, it's northwest by west. And there you go. There's the camp down here. So the first order of business is to poison our arrows. We got long distance arrows and more long distance arrows. Okay, let's make sure we have enough here then. We would like to actually Bane potion. Better piercing arrow, but we only have one. Let's do this. It uses up all of those. So those are with the Bane potion on them. They're going to be more potent.
What are you gaping at, you blowfly? Never seen a real man before?
Okay, we want to shoot this guy right here, if we can.
Your mother is a whore!
He's down. Oh, and he's down too. Excellent. Oh, that's what we want. Okay. Let's grab their stuff. Dark foot wraps with souls. We don't need those. This is worth 109, 129. Grab everything you can. That's going to be worth selling. Because you're not going to have to worry about walking very far. Burger slippers. And he's going to complain, but that's okay. Let him complain. Because there is a chest here that's worth opening too. We're just getting all the loot, Hans. And then there's a chest over here, but is it hard or locked? Oh, no. We can also get this one. I think it might not have much valuable in it, though. I'm going to, Hans. I'm going to save you. Yeah, there's nothing in it. That one always surprises me. There's never anything in it.
Come on, Henry! Oh! I'll have a bronze bust made of you, my friend. But where have you been till now?
Oh, you know, I was picking berries, had a drink of wine, took a little nap.
You lunatic! They almost had me roasting on a spit!
I'd say it looked more like they were about to take your maidenhood.
Now look here, dung grubber. Is that any way to speak to a nobleman?
I apologise, sir. I'm just glad you're all right.
I'm yanking your pizzle, you dolt! Thank you for rescuing me.
That wound doesn't look good, Sir Hans.
You're right. Those cumin swine roughed me up a bit. And my damned horse is bolted. You'll have to get me home somehow.
The sooner we get out of here, the better. Who knows how many bandits are creeping around here.
Let's go then. I've had quite enough excitement already.
It's Lord Capon! Get here, everybody! You, help him!
How's it possible, Ratsy? Those bastards make so bold no more than a mile from the castle. We'll have to send out more patrols.
That won't do us any good, Hanush. Even if we had 10 times the men, we couldn't beat through every thicket in the fiefdom.
You sent for me, sir?
Come in.
I don't know how to thank you, Henry. If it wasn't for you, Hans would be dead. And to think I sent you out with him as a punishment.
I was only doing my duty, sir.
Don't be so modest, young Henry. You showed not only courage, but loyalty to your liege. That's why I'm taking you into my personal service.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Well, let's celebrate your promotion and Sir Hans's recovery. Well, don't just stand there, lad. Pour us a drink.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, but I've urgent tidings.
What now?
A stable boy came from Neuhof. He says brigands raided the stud farm this morning. There's many dead or maimed.
Kurva!
Tell us exactly what happened.
I'm not sure. The boy was so shook up he could barely speak. He said the bandits murdered for the joy of it. I'm sorry, sir. Your vassal Smill is dead.
Who did this? Who were they?
We don't know, sir. The stable boy just kept babbling about some huge fellow in black armor who led the attack.
Take as many men as you need, and don't stop until you've found those bastards. And bring me their heads!
Yes, sir.
My men at your disposal too, Hanush.
Thank you, friend.
Sir, let me ride with them.
He's full of piss and vinegar, isn't he?
Their leader, he must be the one who attacked me at Skalitz. There can't be 2 men in the whole kingdom who look like that.
You think he might still have my sword? No doubt you could use another swordsman, Captain.
As you command, my lord.
How soon can you leave, Bernard?
Soon as the men are ready, sir.
Good. Wait in the courtyard for Henry. And, give him a horse.
His own mount?
His reward for saving Sir Hans. He'll need it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, go! I want these culprits in the hands of the executioner as soon as possible.
I won't let you down, sir.
And with that, we will conclude this episode. You all know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your questions and comments down below, and until next time, happy gaming, everyone.